We're still spinning.
Chat amongst yourselves.
Chat amongst ourselves. Now,
It's not spinning.
just bearing in mind.
It's not spinning.
No, I know. He's had us on there for a whole time. I know.
When pay-per-view comes up, he's
He's
got you covered.
He's going to be
mate.
definite pay review.
He's got you.
Going on, we're live now. Welcome. We're never too sure when Digital Josh makes this thing go live. I may have said something a little defamatory before we went live, so I hope that didn't make the cut. Anyway, welcome to NIOA TV live stream. Boys, for June, we are end of financial year.
Oh, yes.
We've made it, okay?
Yep.
Happy year for us.
Busy time of year for us here at NIOA, end of financial year, stock taking, all that sort of stuff out the back. Young Beck's got to go out and check all and sign everything off and do all
Beck
that.
and the team do
Find
a
all
great
the
job.
guns.
They do a good job. And Digital Emily, Digital Josh, they are here pushing the buttons. Give them a round of applause. Oh yeah, they could look. This wouldn't happen without them.
Correct, it would.
No.
And I got to say, Digital Emily, have we got anyone online at all?
We do.
How many we got?
A whopping 13.
Woohoo! That's more than we had last time.
Oh, look.
Go ahead.
We are growing.
We are.
We are growing.
Hey, Maxie. He's in.
Yeah.
Maxie's in.
Maxie's
Look
in.
at that.
Number one
Max.
fan
G'day,
on there.
Biggest, thickest.
G'day, biggest, thickest.
Actually, biggest, thickest. I've got a question for you. Biggest, thickest.
Hey, we spoke about this in the...
No. I've got a
okay,
question. He said I surprised him.
Oh.
Yeah, on our little video. He said I want to know how I surprised you. The fact that I could actually was able to shoot a group like that, or the fact that I was able to put a gun together. Let me know.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't too sure what you meant by that. Listen, everybody, welcome to NIOA TV live stream for June. And I've got to say, supporting us again tonight, well, he's Australia's favourite gunsmith. I tell you what, he made quite the impression, didn't he, last time?
He did.
Our female quotient of viewers just...
Woo!
Woo!
We went from 1 to 2.
Correct. 1 and 2.
Ooh.
Someone wants to see Digital Emily. Hey, sorry, I was introducing, of course,
Yeah.
our favourite gunsmith. Would you please welcome Mr. Keith Grundy?
Thank you very much.
PB,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
And of course, a man who often walks around with the weight of the world on his shoulders until you realise it's just his own weight. Would you, would you please welcome the man who's ever expanding every time you watch us here on NIOA TV live stream, the one, the only, the ever growing Brad Johnson.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Can I, just a second, I just want to talk to our HR department.
No, come back. Listen, we've got a great show for you guys tonight. In fact, it's a little bit of a different show tonight because I thought, we won't just go just products. I thought what we might do is talk a little bit about, well, Brad, you and I, we went on a bit of a trip recently.
Yeah, we did, mate. It was a long trip, but it was a good trip.
It was a good trip.
Trip of a lifetime, some would say, and we had a lot of fun and did a lot of work though too.
And we've put out a little video about it, which some of you may have seen, but we don't want you to watch it until after live stream. But Keithy, you're going to be here to help us go through some products tonight.
Sure.
But we're going to also talk a little bit about our trip. So I thought you might be able to ask us the most appropriate questions about the trip.
Most appropriate, yep.
And also help us out there out there in digital land. So, but Brad, look, all our friends out there, they're going to want to know this one thing. What is up for a prize tonight? Because we've been giving away some pretty good prizes. Ever since Ken and Bushy retired, I went crazy with the budget. I thought, no, we're going to have good prizes for NIOA TV live stream. So, mate, what is on the prize list today?
We have 2 fantastic merch packs, Matthew.
Tell me. What, you?
They're a bit second-hand.
Not these, but this lovely hoodie that
Look
modelled
out.
by myself.
Oh, the hoodies.
Oh, modelled by myself
Look out.
and Keithy. This wonderful hat.
The hats.
That's right.
So we're going to give away a hoodie, a hat.
And a set of Leupold
Look
performance eyewear.
Look at these
Traces.
These aren't cheap.
Interchangeable lenses.
These are awesome.
Yeah, $250 retail.
Yeah, 3 different sets of lenses in these.
Mate, you wear these in the workshop.
Yeah, Leupold were good enough to look after us in the NIOA Armoury with a pair of these for each armourer, and they've definitely saved some eyes since. So thanks, Leupold.
Yeah, good on you.
Awesome product.
But listen, tonight we are actually going to have a bit of a Savage and a Leupold focus. Because that's going to work into something that we want to talk about later on towards the end of the night. Something very exciting coming up. But don't forget, guys, this is your show. All right, so we need you guys and girls to ask lots of questions, because if you want to win the hoodies, not what's in the hoodies, all right, but the hoodies and the caps and the glasses. Ask some great questions, and you never know. You might get lucky.
You could look like me and Keithy.
Yeah, you're like.
Which isn't too bad if you're Keith. probably more of a consolation prize, really, if you think about it. But anyway, that's okay. But look, Brad, let's talk about our journey first away. Look, let's get this out the way first. We've got questions coming through. I've got to put my glasses on with this, but first of all, someone's saying give away some primers. We're going to get the primers and the powder stuff out of the way. Go.
Okay. Still no primers. Still no powder.
There you go.
Look, I'll only be repeating myself as what we said last month and the month before. There's still shortages, huge shortages in the US. It will right itself. Do not panic. Fine Australian customers. It will change, but maybe not this year. It'll get better though.
John Kerr says, thanks for the ball cider. So John, a recipient of his prize there last time. So glad you got that, John. That's great. And yes, they do have yellow lenses, as Keith has just shown you. So, but look, I thought we might start tonight talking a little bit about at the beginning of the year, as we were planning to go to SHOT Show.
That's right.
We actually had the opportunity to sort of expand on that trip a bit.
We did, yeah. No, I think it was 19 days in total we were gone.
Yeah.
It was a fair while.
We were working every single one of those days.
We were though.
Yeah, we were.
We were there. Yeah. Look, we arrived in Las Vegas. We did the shot for 7 days. Yeah. After that, we thought, while we're here, let's maximise our time here in the US. So we went and visited a few places like Savage.
We visited the Savage factory,
Right.
and we visited the Leupold factory, and we also got out to the Leupold range.
We did, yeah.
And all of this is available to see on a video which we have released earlier this week, late last week. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. But I thought what we might do is just talk through every single step of that stage that we went through. And of course, talk about some of the products that we came across and the tour of the factory and all that sort of stuff. So let's get into it. Biggest Thicker says, what size are the Sunnies? Because I have a girthy head. Well, I don't know. Let me get Brad to put those on.
They're pretty flexible, Biggest Thicker, so I think you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But they are only one size fits all, or hopefully fits all, if you're the winner.
All right, and it's a big shout out to Ian Murrell. Hi, everyone. G'day, Ian. Glad that you're on board. Don't forget, folks, send this out to your mates. Get them online. They could win a prize. All right, so we started at SHOT Show 2023. And I've got to say, after 2022, which was a bit of the whole COVID thing, they were back, weren't they?
Mate, no COVID. No COVID in the US when we went.
No.
They said there was. We didn't find it.
No. In fact, we went on about 11 flights, and we didn't get COVID at all.
Exactly right.
So
miracle in itself.
That was a big miracle.
Look, from all reports, it was the biggest SHOT Show in history. 50,000 attendees and over 2,200 vendors, I believe. So that's a lot of manufacturers and representatives there trying to sell products. So we were there. We saw. Look, I won't say we saw them all, but we saw a fair few of them.
Yeah, so NIOA represents here in Australia around about just over 50, I think, suppliers.
That's right.
The brands you know, the brands you love, we go over and visit those guys, and we try to catch up with all of them, but sometimes it's just impossible, isn't it?
It is, but not only that, we're also looking for new things. We're always looking for the next big thing to bring to the Australian shores. So.
Yeah, and I've got to say, there are some exciting things coming out of SHOT Show. Keithy, you've sort of been on the outskirts. You wouldn't mind catching a SHOT Show, would you?
I would love to get to a SHOT Show. I think for the viewers that aren't familiar with SHOT Show is for dealers and manufacturers. It's not for the general public. So even though 50,000 sounds like a pretty big number if it was general public, this is just dealers. Apparently, it's
from around the world.
3 stories high.
Three venues. Well, in the main.
There's 2 stories in the main
hall.
facility.
Cross the road over the bridge into a 3rd hall now.
So
Right.
it's incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible. And some of the biggest names, Ruger, Leupold, Vista,
They're all there.
Bushnell, they're all there. Savage, the whole lot of there. So it's Barrett were there. And that was a big thing.
announcement.
We've talked about that. So NIOA, of course, the purchase of Barrett, which has been quite exciting. So so listen, keep those questions coming through because we want to give away our prize packs. But Brad, you got anything else you want to add to SHOT Show?
No. SHOT Show was really good. Yeah, look, a lot of new products. we're going to probably release them over the next few months. We're just waiting for stock to arrive. I don't like going to market when we haven't got the stock in. Available to sell, but
Digital
it'll come.
Josh took a fair few
fair
few videos.
Exactly right. So we'll be releasing them over the coming weeks. So you'll get to see what's new and check them out in your gun store.
So we've got some questions coming through here, mate. Jack is asking, any future plans for any other calibers of RTEC?
Yes,
That's a good question.
There is.
Yeah.
There is actually, Jack.
458 lot. No, we're not going there?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Look, I've spoken to the guys at RTEC and they're very proactive about this, and they've mentioned a few calibers to me. Some very popular calibers that you probably don't see in pumps, actually. So I won't let that out of the bag yet, but yes, there are extra calibers in the pipeline.
Yeah. Biggest Thickest is asking, any update on Barrett Fieldcraft into Australia?
Not yet. It's coming. Don't get us wrong. They are coming, but just probably take a little bit longer yet.
Any new LPVOs coming onto the market?
Yeah, no. Okay. Nothing from our distributors and who we represent. So nothing from Leupold, nothing from Bushnell really, but they've got some cracking existing scopes on the market that you should really look at.
Yep, little 1.5 to 5.
Correct.
1.4s.
VX5,
There's some rippers in there.
The Elite 4500, wonderful. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, keep those questions coming. All right, Savage 3550 Rebel is asking, Savage makes rifles for lefties. Matt, why didn't you build one? Well, they didn't get the memo. They didn't get the memo on that, and but I built a right-handed one, and it was an exceptional build. Let me tell you that.
And you know what, mate? He needs an excuse.
Make sure you check the video out. You'll see why. But no, it was look. We'll get to that in a minute. But we went on for a follow up on
Yes.
SHOT Show.
No, well, that's pretty much it for SHOT Show. Stand by. We'll release the new products. But
Yeah.
I think it should be. What do we do next?
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess what we did was after SHOT Show, we were absolutely shattered because, as you can imagine, it's 5 days of just walking the floors and catching up with everyone. But we jumped on a plane and we grabbed Digital Josh. We didn't let him go home. And we thought, mate, film us. We're going to go. And we visited the Savage factory in Westfield, Massachusetts. Right. And it was snowing. It was cold. And for a Brizzy boy, I wasn't quite used to that. It was cold. So, but Brad, what first impressions of the Savage factory?
I was impressed, I must say. It's a very old building, and you know that company's been there a long, long time. But when you walk inside, the machinery, the machinery's modern. It's their attention to detail. You got to remember that they're producing 2,000 guns a day
2,000
out of that
guns
factory.
a day.
2,000 guns a day that start as a block of steel, leave as a complete rifle.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, and 2,000, and every one of them are sold. So, they're a big company and a big player in the US domestic market. So, look, I'm a convert. After being at the factory, I'm a convert. Seeing what we saw, the machinery, the people, they're so patriotic and they're dedicated to what
passionate.
they are passionate and dedicated to what they do. So. I'm a convert by far.
I got to say, one of the really exciting things about visiting the Savage factory that I really enjoyed was they were first of all, the high-end management at Savage were very generous with their time, and they were very generous to us, as visitors. But Al Casper, who's the CEO and president of Savage Arms, spent the time with us to talk. Not only that, this guy is amazing. He gets around every morning saying good day to all the workers in this factory. And this factory is huge. And one of the most amazing things that I saw was during lunchtime, he goes and plays table tennis with all the staff.
In the lunchroom.
He is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And not only that, Digital Josh got to go against him. And Al Casper absolutely whipped him. He was Josh was just an embarrassment to Australia, if I had to be honest. But Al Casper absolutely whipped him. But it was incredible that the CEO of such a big company was so passionate about the people that work there.
That's right.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah,
so Al, I don't know if you're watching tonight, mate, but it was just great to come over. And of course, big shout out to Rob Gates. And of course to Trisha, who they looked after us amazingly. So, but mate, what else about that factory? Like, take us through. I mean, there's a whole stack of just different cells.
Oh yeah, different cells. So you know
all the CNC machines.
exactly. So you got all your machining. You got all your machines in one cell making actions. You know, whether it be pistol frames, impulse actions, 110 actions, axis actions. They're all turning them out. They sort of get on a trolley. They head to the next cell, right? Then there's barrels coming out. They're on another barrel. Now let's talk about the barrels. That was
fascinating.
So yeah, you know, all button rifle barrels. They're coming out in the tray, and they go to a gentleman who hand inspects every one.
Yeah, now that
hand inspects every one.
2,000 rifles going out of that factory a day, and every single one of those button barrels are getting checked. Yeah. And it was an incredible process, and we all got to have a go and have a look at how, you know, it was incredible.
Exactly. But you know why they shoot so straight.
Yeah, but it's not just the barrels. Every step of that way had the tick. You know, they had to go through.
Quality control all the way through.
Was unbelievable. Like you, mate, I was a convert.
Yep.
Just how this was put together. And then we got to the point where they just had to get assembled.
That's right.
And that's where Brad and I came in, because this was where we got our opportunity. Well, I'm going to say to shine, but I'm going to say mine was. Okay, look,
you didn't shine on the range.
I'm not that mechanically minded, but pretty much by the time I finished, Keithy, I hate to say this, mate, but I was a gunsmith.
Yeah, there's no doubt
pretty
about
much a gunsmith.
I'm surprised you didn't come home certified.
I did, but it wasn't because of that. So, Brad, look, we got to build 2 rifles.
We did.
Take us through what you got to build.
Mate, I got to build the new Savage Impulse Mountain Hunter. So we've had Savage Impulses on this show before. They came out early last year. They've been very good, very popular. This is just the next version up with the proof carbon fibre barrel.
Yes. Yeah.
So nice and light. And shot extremely well out of the box. Extremely well out of the box.
It's shot all right.
So the caliber we both...
I think it just must have been just that talking.
The attention to detail.
Attention to detail
on
and the
assembly.
screws. Yeah,
Listen.
Unbelievable.
When you watch the video, you'll see Brad, he had about two bits to put together with his rifle. Mine, I had about 35 to 60. I can't remember. I lost count. There was that many parts. It was a lot more of a difficult build, and a lot more care and attention, and had to be used when I put my gun together. Unlike Brad's, which was basically just like Lego.
Big shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy helped me put mine together.
Yeah. Big shout out to Jake, who had a lot of patience with me. So thank you, Jake. Much appreciated. So the calibers we bought were 6.5 Creedmoor.
Both
were in 6.5. Both had the carbon fibre proof barrels.
Correct.
And my gun that I built was the Savage Model 110 Ultralight, and it was done, Keithy, in that new proprietary camo, the Woodland camo. So that's a new proprietary camo by Savage, because apparently all those other camos, every time they do a dip, it costs them a bit of coin.
Oh, I'm sure it would. Yeah. Yep, they have to pay a royalty for the patent, so coming out with your own camo, great idea.
Yeah, so look, Daniel's asking, does one person check all of the rifles? But there's several people.
Oh yeah, there's several quality control stations all set up through the factory. But every time they come out of a certain cell, as Matthew said, they're inspected by somebody, and they're either signed off, ticked off before they can move to the next stage.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. And then as you work your way through, so we finished assembling our rifles, putting them together, and they've actually, in the factory, have got their own little 100-metre range that you go upstairs and you go into the range, and you sort of, it took me a little while to do that. You'll see that in a future video. But that's because I am a left-hander, and it was all set up for a right-hander. So, probably discrimination. I don't know. Made it a little bit more difficult. But so we sighted the rifles in.
We did.
And then from there, the next day, we got to take them out to a little range that was down the road.
We did.
So take us through that, mate.
Mate, beautiful range, beautiful cold day, fog, snow. I don't know how to really tell it in so many more words. Icicles coming from the shelter, from the roof on the
Mate,
shelter.
I'm there.
Didn't bother me.
I'm there, Brad.
Didn't bother me at all, I got to tell you. I embraced the cold. I embraced the situation we're in.
I hate the cold.
Someone struggled.
Well, I mean, it's okay when you're like a walrus, right? with enough, like this guy could just sit on an icicle and he'd be fine. But someone like myself, which doesn't have the insulation that Brad does.
Matthew, at least I enjoy a hot shower and don't have to run around and try and get wet.
Let me tell everyone here, okay? When you got to work at night, you have to get physicals done, okay? And with all the new technology and everything going around, we have these scales, and these scales talk to you. You know what they said when Brad got on? Sorry, we don't do a group discount. Right? That's what they said. So stop with the skinny
There
shaming,
you
right?
go, righto. Go on,
All right.
Twiggy.
So we're out there. So we started shooting out at 100.
Yep.
And we got them on paper. And I got to say, it's a bit difficult when it's cold. I can tell
It
you.
was. But, we... It took us a few shots to get into it, I think, didn't it? By the time we adjusted had to get the gloves off. Matt had to pry his finger from the trigger like that. It was
cold.
frozen solid. But once we sort of got our groove on,
Yeah, 175.
mate, and they shot that well out of the box. Nothing
Couldn't
done to
believe
them.
it.
Nothing done to them. We didn't even adjust the triggers.
No.
Nothing done. It was a factory tuned trigger, mounted scope, wasn't bedded, bang, out of the box, 175 yards, which is 160 metres, 155, 160 metres, something
Do the
like
math, Keithy.
Yep.
Yep, 160 metres. And mate, we were shoot, was it 0.3 MOA? I think it was, 0.3 MOA out of the box. Unbelievable.
Factory rifle, factory ammo.
Factory rifle,
Factory ammo.
Yeah.
That's right.
And away we go.
Pretty
I think
impressive.
We were using federal, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Federal gold medal
Federal
match.
gold medal match, which was excellent. We're just going to jump into some questions here coming through. John's asking, Keithy, what is your opinion on running in a 22?
I say go for it. Just go as hard as you like. 22s really, they're not going to... Projectiles really aren't going to dislodge any imperfections or any blemishes in the bore like you might on a centerfire rifle. They're lubricated, soft lead projectiles. I just say go for it. Just shoot it. Shoot it. Fire your maybe fire a few different packets of ammunition and see what it likes. I'm not a big fan on cleaning too much with your 22 as far as bore cleaning. I think it every time you clean the lube out of a rimfire barrel, you sort of need to put some rounds through it to get it to settle again. So and the lube acts as a bit of a preservative in the bore. So if you're sticking with that one type of ammo, don't bother cleaning the bore. Wipe the exterior, clean your mechanism, clean your bolt or whatever it may be. But running in the barrel, not really necessary in my opinion. Yeah, it's personal opinion. But I've never had a trouble with new 22s, no running in.
Lee's Random Adventures asking, what's the weight on an ultralight setup that I did over in the US? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it was about 5 pounds something.
Oh, no, about 6.5, I believe, for the rifle. And then probably another pound and a bit. The scope was a big scope. So,
Scope, yeah.
Sorry,
probably
with the scope.
7.7
Yep, okay.
set up.
Yep, no, perfect. All right, so incidentally, just with what Keithy was saying with the 22, if you got the NIOA the NIOA magazine,
Yeah.
last year's NIOA magazine, Keithy actually did a bit of a run-in on that, about the 22, and we've got a video on that. So we might even try and chase that down, but it might be on our YouTube channel, Digital Josh. It is. Keithy, it's called Gun Care with Keith. We're up all night with the marketing department coming up with that name.
That one here.
But it was a doozy. We got it there in the end.
But if you go to YouTube, which you're already on, but please don't leave just yet, but Gun Care with Keith, he talks about running in a 22.
Yeah, more so the cleaning process.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might find it interesting. Definitely for your centerfire rifles, it's important. But for your 22s, not so critical.
Some of the most amazing YouTube videos you will see. I can tell you that now. All righto, well, moving on. Is there a potential to offer just actions or barreled actions from Savage?
Look, there probably is. We haven't explored that as much because there's not a great price advantage by doing that. We've looked into it in the past, and it's probably just as cheap to buy the whole rifle now.
They do some pretty interesting actions.
They
They
do.
do some bench rest actions with left-hand ejection port, right-hand bolt, that sort of thing. So for those guys who really want to make themselves a custom sort of F-class rifle or something like that, those actions are definitely favoured. But otherwise, yeah, you're probably really the stocks and the barrels that they put these things together with. You wouldn't go elsewhere anyway. They shoot as good as you'll make one.
Yep.
STI custom asks, would no run in be the same for a 22 Ruger Charger? So not too sure what he's...
Yeah.
Can you do you run your barrel in on a charger?
Oh, sorry,
Same
yeah,
way,
gotcha.
Same, mate. Yep. No need to run it in. Just a pull through is not a bad idea every now and then.
Clean out a bit.
Always
powder.
check your barrel before you start shooting, or if you hear any unusual shots that you might think the projectile didn't make it out. Always check your barrel, but I'm not a big fan of meticulously cleaning your bore on a 22. Just not really necessary.
Righto, so mate, we've talked about the gun you built, the Savage Impulse.
Correct.
and we've talked about mine, which was the 110 ultralight. And but we've got 3 Savage offerings here, which I thought we might go through. So, Brad, take us through the Access XP.
Yeah, well, look, I thought I'd start there with just a basic firearm for everybody. So this is their standard Access XP package. Now this is in camo, but they do make them in standard black synthetic. And for the ladies, there's Muddy Girls as well.
The Muddy Girls.
Muddy Girls in this style. 223, 243, 7mm08. I believe we've got them in stock. How about that?
How many? Oh, great.
Yeah, but they come out of the factory with a mounted 3 to 9 by 40 Weaver scope. So, if you're just getting into shooting or getting into target shooting down the range, the girlfriend, the wife wants to start, we've got Muddy Girls set up. No expense, it's just one outlay, ready to go down the range. So these are a fantastic entry-level package. Retail for sort of the standard black one, retail under $1,000. The camo and the Muddy Girls are about $1,100.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic.
Good value for money,
That's
Rob.
Great value for money. That's exactly right.
Mate,
Nothing more to do.
Sorry, mate, did you mention the calibers?
Look, they come in 10 calibers. We import most of them. And all your standard calibers, 223, 250, 243, 2506, 65 Creedmoor, 308, 3006, 270, and the newest 350 Legend.
Oh, okay. Yep.
There you go.
Yep. I haven't fired one of them yet.
No.
Digital Josh went, after 350.
It's a good name. 350 Legend.
Hey, there you go. All right, well, look, the one I'm looking at here is the Model 110 Lightweight Storm. I love that name, the Storm.
the Storm.
It's fantastic. Now, this one's a little bit more up model from this one, isn't it?
A little bit more up your alley too. Nice and light, easy for you to hang on to.
Thank you.
No worries, Twiggy.
Thank you. Thank you, Bradley, for that comment. Okay, so look, with this, you've got an adjustable length of pull. But this different one, you've got the AccuTrigger on this one.
AccuTrigger, yes.
Yeah, so
User adjustable.
Yep, you don't have that on the Access, do you?
No, that's true. Look, the base model Access doesn't come with the AccuTrigger. Access 2 do. Access 2s come with a AccuTrigger, but don't let that put you off, because the difference in price between the two, Timney make an adjustable trigger for the Access, and the difference in the price is just the price of the trigger. So don't be put off by that. You can buy adjustable triggers for these pretty easily.
So the lightweight Storm 110 weighs about 5.6 pounds. So if you were to, so about 5.6 pounds. I was going to just make a reference to Brad there, but I won't. It's got a detachable box magazine. Also, it's got the spiral fluted bolt, TD.
It has. Yep. Keep the weight down a little
Keeps
bit.
the weight down a little bit, but
And they have actually machined quite a bit of material from the sides of the receiver to keep the weight down on that.
Exactly. Yeah.
and it's got this awesome rugged, stock, and of course a skeletonized receiver, which is actually pretty cool. I got
Perfect for hunting in that high country,
Yeah, I got to just say, I've actually had, there was a young lady by the name of Madison that actually didn't believe I'd actually have all this knowledge. She just thought I winged it on the night.
Right.
So there you go, Madison. I actually didn't
You're
know.
not, not exactly wrong.
I did actually know what I was talking about. So,
Up until about 20 minutes before the show, he didn't.
But anyway, I like this one. I like it.
Yes,
It's got
good.
it's got the stainless steel, and something like that with one of these Cerakoted Leupolds on top.
We'll talk about them later on.
Look great. So but that's the 110 Savage 110 Lightweight Storm. So we've got a couple of questions coming through. What's that? Rob is saying, any word from NIOA when Lapua rimfire ammunition may be coming into the country?
Yes. There's been a there's been a bit of a delay on Lapua and SK, but I can confirm there is a Lapua rimfire shipment en route to us now.
Look out. This is exciting news.
It is exciting news. It's somewhere, I don't know, where's the boat come out of there? The Indian Ocean?
I dare say it's going to be
Indian Ocean.
coming in the Brizzy River.
Yeah, somewhere there, but it's not there yet. But we expect to land at about early August.
Okay. Oh, well,
So
that's
stay
not,
tuned.
That's not too far away.
Look, one more thing with that, Rob. Even though there's a full container, it's still not enough to cover back orders. So I don't know what exact cartridge you're after, but maybe check in with your local dealer, see if they've got it on order. If they haven't, get them to get onto us.
Brett Beasley is asking what length barrel is on the Lightweight Storm. I think it's a 20 inch.
20
inch.
In your face, Madison. There you go. Nailed it.
I only learnt that 15 minutes before the show.
Pretty familiar with that.
He wasn't confident about the answer. if you
Yeah,
noticed.
no, but I just went with it. I thought, would getting Keith to build a custom NIOA parts source rifle ever be a viable video series? If you don't have the magazine, is there another source for seeing what parts you guys sell? Well, look, you can get onto our website. If you go to the NIOA website, we've got pretty much all our products there.
We don't list the parts.
No, but-
we really don't list parts or anything like that. You certainly see our product range on there. As far as your parts go, look, the NIOA Armoury is pretty much we're not a custom workshop.
Correct,
We're a warranty workshop. So really what comes out of NIOA Armoury, even if your rifle comes to us tricked up and it needs a refurb, I can only send it back to you as factory standard.
Yeah.
I'm sort of we're not really customizers here. As much as we might like to be, that's not the sort of work we do.
Cam's asking, is there an ETA on Savage and Ruger and 7mm PRC coming to Australia? He just then called us legends, which, I mean, obviously the guy's an amazing judge of character, but he can't wait for Australia to be hit with the craze. And it's coming, it's getting really popular.
Well, yeah, look, the PRC craze, it's been around a little while, and 7mm's the latest one to jump on board. On a different topic, I've got Remington 700 long ranges arriving next week in 7mm PRC. Savage, I believe, are here August, and I think the Rugers are here next week as well.
And what are the Rugers in, mate?
Go wild.
Okay. There's a nice rifle.
So,
Yeah.
yes, it's coming. 7mm PRC, it's imminent.
Awesome. All right, well, keep those questions coming. Keithy, take us through, mate, your Model 110 you got there.
Yeah, so it's a Model 110 Tactical Desert. It's in the FDE Accu stock, so flat dark earth colour. The Accu stock, which Matt failed to mention on his, you can adjust the length of pull and the comb on
I
these.
said mine can the adjustable like the ball.
Yes, yeah. Well, the comb.
Keith,
is
he didn't have
adjustable
enough
also on
time to read that before
mine.
the show.
Yeah, right. So when you put big optics on these things, you find they're fairly elevated, especially if you've got big 56mm objective lenses, what have you. So you can actually raise or lower this comb with the selection that comes with the rifle to suit that optic. So it's nice and comfy when you bring it to your shoulder each time. AICS 10-shot magazine. This is a 24-inch barreled 6.5 Creedmoor, I think we've got here. There is a 308 also available in this with 24 or 20-inch barrel. 300 Win Mag is where it maxes out, and I believe it finishes in the smaller scale of things with a 6mm arc. So there's a multitude of calibers available for it. Accu trigger, which is adjustable by the consumer, which is a great idea. Oversized tactical bolt knob here. I just left that open because I thought you guys would have a dig at the... No, okay.
I don't
know what you're talking about.
Ripper of a rifle. This is, and I've probably mentioned it before, this is basically the same rifle which we use for accuracy testing in the NIOA Armoury. And ours would be pushing 6,000 rounds now. Still shoots about third, quarter MOA. So bloody impressive rifle.
How important is it to have a tactical knob?
It's very important. Well, it's more so the size of it. The size of your knob, very, very important.
There you go.
5.8 by 24 muzzle thread on these as well.
exactly.
Righto, next stumping's asking, don't suppose you know the name of the ship the Lapua ammo is coming in on? I work at the Port of Brisbane unloading ships. I promise I'll look after it.
Mr. Next Stumper. Mr. Next Stumper, I think I do.
But we won't say it. We'd like to get it.
Yeah, I'm cautious.
Well, listen, keep those questions coming through. Hang on a second. What's Seshman asking? We have these parts. If you buy these key items, you can build your own. A do-it-yourself video.
Yeah, he wants
I see what you're
Keithy
saying.
to show him what he needs to buy to build his own.
Yeah. Yeah, look, any ideas, chuck them at us.
Yeah.
We're always keen on
We're
some
always
new
looking
ideas.
for new ideas for NIOA TV, for sure.
Yep, most definitely.
Not that we want to encourage people to build their own rifles at home, though.
No. But customise your own rifle, A-OK. Especially if you're guided by someone who knows what they're doing.
Yep.
All right, so very soon, Digital Emily, we're going to give away a prize. Have you got a name ready to go? You do. Digital Emily, what is that name? You've written it down for me already.
What are we giving away a prize already?
Yeah, we're halfway through the night.
I don't want to take my jumper off. It could get cold.
I'm begging you. Okay, I am begging you. That's a lot of body for people to see.
No, it's not that bad.
All right. Who we got here? What? Jackington YT. Jack Pick, is it? Jack Pick. Congratulations, Jack.
Oh yeah, Jack.
You win this one. It's not going to be washed, all right?
Jack.
We're gonna give
I'm
you a
not,
Leupold
I'm not
cap.
parting with mine. I'll get you a brand new one.
We're getting
mate.
you a brand new one, Jack. You also get the glasses, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry, Jack. You will get these also.
There we go. Look at that. Now that is stylish.
Oh, isn't that unbelievable?
Okay, he walked down the street with that.
I know.
Hey, do you have those on the boat?
No, I don't actually, but
Listen, just keep this going.
I
I
have to
just
talk
got
to
to talk
John
to
Slack.
Digital Emily for a second.
Okay, right. Well, now our host has gone, Keithy, we might get something done.
run amok. Let's
Yeah,
do it. Yep.
Exactly. I'm waiting.
Oh, sorry.
The whole thing's gone to pot. Yeah. I walked
wasn't
out
sure
for
where
2
we're up to.
seconds. What's happening?
I wasn't sure where we're up to.
You guys forgotten how to talk.
Righto.
Look, Ian's asking, will you be stocking Frankfurt Arsenal pile driver bullet puller?
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it.
No, I'm not either, but, you know, I'll certainly look into it, Ian. Get your gun shop to contact us. And, yeah, I can get them for you. There's no problem with that. You know, we do stock quite a lot of other bullet pullers. And, you know, look, I don't really know the facts. That might be a little bit price.
Yeah, that's new
Sensitive?
to me.
Yeah.
Kinetic bullet pullers like the hammer style.
Yeah.
The die type from RCBS with the collets too. So
Yeah.
you know, we import plenty of others, but look, if you got your heart set on that, I'll get you one.
Are any of these Savages available with muzzle threads? Well, Keithy's comes with a little muzzle thing on the tail.
Yeah, 5.8 by 24 thread on this. I believe in a in 223 caliber, this is probably going to be a half by 28. But yeah, most definitely muzzle threaded on these guys.
But not these two.
No, not those two.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, does the carbon tack fade have a
FDE?
carbon barrel option that looks like a varmint profile on there?
Does the carbon tack FDE have a carbon barrel option? Looks like a varmint.
He's saying this looks like a varmint profile on there.
Yeah.
So the proof research barrels which Savage are using in their carbon models
Are a varmint profile.
It is a
anyway.
varmint profile. It's a little bit heavier profile than what you see here on this rifle, but a hell of a lot lighter. So yeah, big benefits there. They give that rigidity of the heavy profile barrel, but without the weight and performance. Once again, go check out that movie. These guys shot those rifles exceptionally well.
Yeah, it was really good. SDI Customs says, Matt, my tactical mat arrived the other day.
Oh, yeah. Nice one.
Now, what was that one? The Ruger one?
No, the Lyman.
No,
The Lyman one from last episode, mate.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you got it, mate, and I hope it serves you well. They are a great little unit.
Bloody good thing.
Righto. Boy, oh boy. 2 clicks up goes, are there any manufacturers anywhere on the horizon who may be planning to build a 17 WSM? Great little caliber that doesn't enjoy much airtime. The 17 WSM, Brad, go for it.
Yeah, I don't think no one from us. I don't think no.
The Savage still producing the B-Mag?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a Savage B-Mag out there, really good performer, little rotary magazine. It's
But 17 WSM's been a little bit superseded by the Hornet.
Yeah, 17 Hornet sort of made its way back in,
yeah.
and being that there's so many primers available, they're excellent for the hand loaders. But yeah, 17 WSM as a rimfire, yeah, I agree with you. 2 clicks up, that's a little ball biter.
Righto. We've just been to the Savage factory and we built our own rifles. Now we're heading over to the other side of the USA and Portland, Oregon.
Leupold.
Brad and I got to visit the Leupold factory. And I got to say, that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that was good fun. Yeah, the guys at Leupold are always
Big
good fun.
shout out to John, big shout out to Janos. We had a great time there.
And my South African friend Benny Bester.
Benny Bester, he's a good bloke too. So we went to the Leupold factory, and Brad, first thoughts? Impressive.
Impressive. Yeah, I was going to say, state of the art, new,
Like it's just
busy. Yeah, they are turning out some scapes out of there.
Yeah. On our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, I think we've pinned the video of our trip away. And it's all captured there. So please, after live stream tonight, make sure you go and check it out. And make sure you watch all of it too, because we've got a little thing at the end that you want to take note of. But our tour through the Leupold factory was really impressive, because we got to see the aluminium, the aircraft grade aluminium, and all the billets that they start with. Yep. And some of these just one machine pieces that they're making out of these cells are just very impressive.
Oh, exactly. You know, seeing them hand assembled, polishing glass, the details that go into the adjustment rings and.
Look, the thing
about
Leupold is that every single process, and again, much like the Savage factory, everywhere along the way, it's quality checked. It's just ticked off everywhere they go. It's a really well-oiled machine.
As Pete said, it's the best warranty you'll never need.
Your best warranty you'll never need. Yeah, and that's true. And that's why we're going to talk a little bit about some of these Leupolds here tonight. Brad, something a little bit different for you. Mate, you're starting off with the BX1 Mackenzies.
Yeah, look, this little rifle here doesn't need a scope. Comes already set up from the factory. But, you know, if you're going hunting, and Keithy, you've done a bit, I've done a little bit, you always need a good set of binoculars, don't you? Good set of binoculars. So these are Leupold's BX1 Mackenzies. This is, you know, still a Leupold product, but, you know, it's the start of their range. A couple of sizes. This is 10 by 42. You can get them in 10 by 50. But lifetime warranty. First thing about them.
Whale watching. Sorry.
Sorry, thank you.
Walrus to whale.
Yeah. But good optics, you know, you can't go past good optics. And, you know, look, I was telling you guys a story about sitting on a ridge one morning, 3:30, pitch black, just using the natural light, and heard some noise behind us. Yeti, Bigfoot, we didn't know. We were concerned at that time of the morning.
I'm pretty sure the police said you were stalking someone.
But, you know, we saw something sitting on the road beside us, couldn't make out what it was. We threw a pair of these up. Yeah. No light, just using, you know, the natural light from the moon and the stars, and we made it out picture perfect. You could see his eyes, you could see the whiskers on his face, and it was a wallaby. Yeah. So look, and that's what good optics will do for you. Yeah. So look, these will retail for about $450, but for nice and light too, if you've got to carry them around. The good thing about these too, they come with a bino harness and a case.
Yeah, no.
So you know, that's saving you $70, $80 straight away.
Yeah,
so
like for example, if you're like walking up a hill or something, not that you probably know anything about that, Brad, but if you're walking up a big hill or a mountain,
I'll race you.
Exercise.
I'll race you, my friend. Okay.
They come in very handy.
Oh, exactly. Yep. They protect it too, especially when you're bumping your way through lantana and bush. But look, you know, I think these binoculars suit a gun like this. If you're just getting into hunting, you know, you can jump in with a package gun for $1,000, $1,100, and a great set of binoculars for under $500. So definitely go in, see your local gun shop, and have a play with one of them.
That's a good price point for a Leupold product.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, one product that I'm looking at, I'm gonna pick the VX3 HD over here. This is a cracker scope because it's a little bit bespoke.
Yeah.
And the reason it's a bit bespoke is you'll notice it's silver Cerakoted.
It is.
Keithy, take us through a little bit about the Cerakote process that we do here in our custom shop.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Leupold dropped their coloured scopes some time ago. So there's quite a bit of demand still here in Australia for them, for stainless steel rifles and the like. So we produced I believe we did a burnt bronze series for a little while, but the silver scopes have really got a following. So
and they look great on the on your stainless steel.
Exactly, and that's why we did them. You know, there's let's face it, there's a shortage of silver scopes out there at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's why we looked at going down that path. And you know, if you own a stainless gun, we got something to match.
Now it's still covered by Leupold's warranty. For those of you that aren't familiar with Cerakote, it's somewhere in the vicinity of 7 times harder than or more durable than your car paint. So it is just a paint, but with a ceramic pigment in there and super durable. These are Cerakoted from the basic platform, so from the standard tube, the turrets, all the components of this scope are Cerakoted. It's quite a process.
I was going to say, it's a hell of a process. There's a lot of steps involved, and you've got to get them all right before you can go to the next one too. So it's time consuming, but good Cerakote, it's hard to beat, isn't it?
Look, and a good Cerakote applicator.
Yeah.
Our applicator here at NIOA would have to be one of the most meticulous out there.
Your boys do a good job.
Yeah,
They really
no
do.
doubt about it. And the results speak for themselves.
4.5 to 14 by 40. This VX3 HD. It's got the Twilight Max Light management system. And that effectively reduces glare, improves contrast, and extends the shooting time during low light conditions, Brad.
Obviously, you didn't get time to learn that before the show.
No, I haven't.
I had to read it.
I did read it off before, so it's not too bad. But look, this one also comes with the free CDS dial.
Yeah.
So you buy a VX3 HD.
Yeah.
Keithy will personally.
Keithy won't, but he'll instruct
He'll
someone.
instruct
No, I'll get someone else to do it.
But they'll burn your CDS dial.
But there's a few different variations in that too. 3.5 to 10 by 40, 4.5 to 14 by 40, 4.5 to 14 by 50.
By
too.
50s, yeah.
So there's a couple there.
No, it's awesome. So the VX3 HD, kind of your midpoint, mate. Take us through what you got.
Yeah, okay. So this is the VX5 HD, and the 3 versus the 5 is basically the magnification range. So what we start off at, this gives you 5 times the starting point, which in this case it's a 4 to 20 by
Matthew,
52.
4 times 5 is 20.
So 34mm tube on here, and we've got what they call in America a ZL2. So the ZL2 dial is basically a double revolution dial, but it's a 0 lock. So once you make an adjustment with this and you want to come back to 0, it locks into place. So we're back at 0 there. You can do this.
No accidental
You can do this out
knocking.
spotlighting and know that you've come back to 0.
The VX3's got the 0 lock as well.
It does
but it's not the double.
That's right. Yep. It's not the ZL2. Correct. But absolute ripper scope. This is definitely a step up from the VX3. But the CDS dial, I'm going to go a little bit more into that because this comes with your standard MOA type dial on there, but it gives you the opportunity to chronograph your rifle once you've figured out a load for it. Then send that data to us and we will burn you a dial specific to the ammunition that you're using and to your rifle. So it will basically map your bullet path and you simply range your target, turn the dial to that number, and that's where your bullet's going to land. HD lenses on this guy. Also available as a fire dot type reticle, so like an illuminated type reticle, which has a motion sensor. So really, really good on preserving your battery. It'll shut off if it's not detecting any motion for a while. As soon as you pick the rifle up, it'll switch itself back on. But yeah, beautiful scope. Most of my guys in the armory are using these guys now. They're top notch.
Yeah, we know firsthand about CDS. We used them at Madras, and unbelievable.
We'll talk about that in a
Easy. They make shooting easy.
minute.
They do.
Some people say it's cheating.
It is.
Well,
yeah.
as does the spotter behind you with the Kestrel and everything else. It makes it
But
very easy.
one thing we didn't touch on there, Keith, was that you can do all that on our Australian Leupold website.
Well, I was going to bring that up. And we're currently, so guys, if you were to go look at the Leupold custom website now, leupold.com.au, it's a little bit old. We are currently working on it right now. We're revamping it, and there's a few more little products and things that you guys are going to do from the custom shop perspective.
Yep.
And you'll be able to certainly get on there, get a quote for your custom work that you might want to get done on your scope.
You can also order your
CDS
CDS styles. You get in there, you enter the scope you've got, and then there's that all that information that these guys need to make as accurate as possible. You know, height, the height above the bore axis, your loads, what altitude you're shooting at,
Height
things like
above
that.
sea level.
Yeah, exactly.
Parallax adjustment.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. But if you can give us the right information, we can make you a top-notch, accurate style.
Daniel's asking what reticles are available on that one, Keithy?
Oh, there's a multitude of reticles. Everything from your,
duplex.
yeah,
Yes!
duplex. It's duplex, fine duplex, mil dots.
Illuminated.
That's one thing that I haven't done my research on, mate. So jump on the website, have a look because there's a fistful.
But
of
you know the
reticles
other thing
available
about
for
that, and I'm going to touch on our custom shop again.
Yeah.
They can change a reticle for you.
We can do reticle changes. So
And this is something that you don't have to sit on your hands for the next 6 months and wait for your scope to be returned. It's done here at NIOA in Australia, and we pride ourselves on a quick turnaround. Generally, that scope will be back in your hands within 10 days.
Yep.
So quick turnaround, and top notch. All of these are nitrogen krypton filled. So the gas gets purged out of there. The guys go in and make your adjustments that you need to, reticle changes, parallax adjustments, whatever it may be. Then refill, regas the scope, and then put it in our pressure chamber up to the equivalent of, I think, around about 100 metres of water depth. So it's a pretty serious process that goes through even for the smallest adjustment on your Leupold.
Right.
But we can guarantee that thing for life.
Yeah, and that's the most amazing thing. If you watch that video that we put out, even the guys there are saying, if you give that to your son, and then your son hands that down to his son or daughter or whoever, and something happens to it, it's guaranteed.
We'll still warrant it. Yep.
Correct.
We'll still warrant it. John's saying the fire dot is brilliant in low light. I actually like a fire dot reticle. I think I think they're quite understated. Actually, I really enjoy those.
Definitely for they suit a particular type of hunting or a particular type of scenario.
Low light and just
But fire dot is a ripper.
All right. Okay, so they were the scopes that we just wanted to sort of highlight just tonight. So, but it's all part of this journey that we've been going on, Brad. So,
Yes.
it's
What a journey.
What a journey. It's been an amazing journey. Although I think Digital Emily wants to get this journey wrapped up, so we might keep it moving. Look, we're at the Leupold factory, and we built the scopes.
The session round, I've just read these.
The session.
While you guys are giggling, I'm just going to answer Brett's question.
mate.
Sorry.
Brett, the gloss black Cerakote, yeah, mate. We'll Cerakote your optic in pretty much any Cerakote colour or fashion available. So, there is a price, but jump on the website. You can always put that request to us, and we'll quote you.
Oh, was that? He's asking about the gloss.
But yeah,
Gloss.
Yep,
we
gloss,
probably
you can do
gloss
the gloss.
is fine.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well,
are they?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you bet. But understand, it is not an anodized gloss like you might have seen on your previous earlier model Leupolds.
Right.
It is a Cerakoted gloss.
Which is like a matte.
So it might just be a slightly different colour.
It's still gloss, but it is
more of a satin finish.
it's not that super rich, deep black.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything's achievable there, mate.
Yeah, no, that's good. Righto, so we've just gone from the Leupold factory, and Leupold, we got to meet Bruce Pettit, the CEO, president. Tim, Lesser, always good to catch up with Tim, and Scotty
Kane, yeah.
Yep, that was always good to catch up with Scotty. And these guys looked after us well, as they took us out to their range at Madras. Brad, what were your first impressions of Madras?
Madras. It was something out of Yellowstone, I thought.
It was, wasn't it?
But, yeah, something out of Yellowstone. That was what the landscape looked like. It was impressive. And
The living was hard.
hard
visual.
back then. Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah,
Tough
hard.
people to go out shooting.
Matthew wouldn't have survived. But
Lucky I did.
yeah, look, it's a fantastic setup out there, and you can shoot out to, I think it's 20, it's over 2,000 yards. Their furthest target anyway. Not that we got there, but we got over 1,000. We did well.
And listen, I got to say, when you do watch the video, it's probably fair to point out that much better shooters, I think, with those rigs that we had, would have got further out. Look out.
Speak for yourself.
Brad's
Matthew.
called it. He has
for
called
yourself,
it.
Matthew.
But I shot the same distance.
You were favoured in the edit too, mate. Don't worry.
Tell me I was favoured in the edit. Digital Josh, was I favoured in the edit?
No comment.
There we go. All right. But listen, just for the people out there, you've got to watch that video to see how it went. But we were really fortunate because behind us we had a spotter from Leupold, and these guys had like a Kestrel wind sort of machine and
Rangefinders,
and
yes, everything.
And so when you would go to shoot, they would say, listen, at this yardage, you want to have X amount of clicks on your CDS
and
dial.
that's where the CDS just came into its own, wasn't it? It was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
560 yards, up so many clicks.
Yeah.
The wind's so quick from the left-hand side, half a target off the left edge, bang, centre.
Beautiful.
I know I made it sound easy because it was.
It was.
For some.
Listen. Listen. Here's how good it was. Someone like me shot out to 1,004 yards.
That is a big.
There you go. Now,
big positive.
That is testament to the CDS style. It really is.
Yeah. And the Savage
Rifle.
And the Savage Rifle, that's right.
Yeah. And the people behind me helping.
Not so much the nut behind the butt.
Anyway, so we it was a great trip. If you want to see who actually won the shoot off, please watch the video. But it was a great trip, and I've got to say it was a big thank you to Savage, a big thank you to Leupold and the team, but also a big thanks to Nadsy, because that was a big time out of his day to go and film all that. It was a big
Out
job.
of his month.
He's a pretty busy boy, but he came out and filmed that for us. It was good. We might actually have a couple of exciting things coming up later in the year. Hey, Kitty, we might even bring you along on one of those.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yep. There is something in the making which we can't disclose yet.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be a beauty for our shotgun enthusiasts.
Look
It'll
out.
be epic.
Epic. So stay tuned. So we've got a few more questions coming through. Keep them coming. Ian Murrell, he enjoyed watching the video. Ian, I'm glad you did watched it. The Sesh Man is asking, is NIOA looking to stock the Frankfurt Arsenal Apex 10 press?
Yes, there's been just a little bit slight delay in production from Frankfurt Arsenal side, but I believe there's some on the way now.
All right, now listen. I think it's time we started to talk about what this whole culmination of this trip meant.
Yes.
All right. So, guys, we have got something very exciting to tell you about. We can't tell you all the details just yet, but believe me, come the 1st of July, you are going to want to be on this, because on the 1st of July, you are going to have the chance to take part in the Leupold and Savage Ultimate Hunter giveaway. All right. So the rigs that Brad and I built, and look, relax. The guys at Savage double-checked mine to make sure it was all good. All right, so that shouldn't be an issue. You're going to have the chance to be able to win these packages.
Correct, yeah.
All right. And,
we are putting them up.
We are putting them. I think combined value. What are they worth?
Combined,
Yeah, so-
retail value with the scope, the mounts, and the firearms.
Yep.
$13,000.
That is one of the biggest competitions ever done by this company, and we are really looking forward to it. So. It's not for both of the packages, not for one person to win both. We've got the two packages up for a prize.
Two winners.
And come the 1st of July,
You
will find out how you can win one of these packages. So we had to get everything through legal department. We've got all that ticked off. And 1st of July, we are ready to go. It's going to be quite exciting. Keith, you've seen them.
Yeah.
You want one, don't you?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not allowed to participate, apparently.
No people aren't allowed to
No,
participate.
staff, no. It's actually going to be, I'm going to be a bit sad when I got to give mine up, because, like I said, I'm a convert. I want to keep it.
You've done the best shit you've ever done with it.
I want to keep it, yeah.
But look, stay tuned. So another thing is that dealers can't enter this competition either. No. This is just for you guys, the consumers. So stay tuned. 1st of July, it'll drop. So and I think it's going to go right to the 30th of November.
Correct. We're going to give you 5 months.
5 months, and then we'll make the announcements We'll do a live stream in December.
Why not? Sounds good to me. Yeah.
All right. So listen, we've got to have another winner, and I reckon the winner. Let's have who we got here? Digital Emily. Let's have a look. Daniel Quirk. Congratulations, mate. Daniel, you are the second winner tonight. You get Keithy's Leupold jumper. And, of course, don't forget the sunnies, Keithy.
And the hat.
Yeah.
And the hat.
And
I
the hat,
do.
mate.
Don't forget the hat.
I hope you're only a little fella, Dan.
Yeah. So
In
listen,
mediums.
Jack Dyke and Daniel Quirk, congratulations, guys. You are the winners. To make sure you send us your contact details. Don't do it online here. Don't put your address on there. It's not good to put your address on social media. But what I would like you to do is send us your details either through DM us on Facebook, Instagram, or send us an email in marketing@nia.com.au. That'll be good. So what do I hear? Any competition involving Winifred firearms is a plus.
I think that's spell check. I think he's saying winning.
Oh.
Any competition involving winning firearms.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think. Well, Paul, I would agree.
Oh, I knew what you said, Paul.
Paul, stay tuned, mate. First of he's retracted it. Paul, we didn't want to lose you, mate. We weren't making fun of your spelling, not at all. All right.
Happens to me all the time on my phone.
Yeah. But listen, Thanks, Keithy. Thanks, Brad. I think it's been a good
Great
night.
to be here.
great,
Thanks.
yeah.
Make sure that you check out the Leupold and Savage Ultimate Hunter.
And look
video.
out, what we should say is look out for these images in your local gun store.
Yeah.
If you start to see a sticker or a
little
name tag,
something like that.
look out for them. That'll tell you more about
We'll
what's
tell
going
you,
on.
yeah, we'll tell you more about how to actually enter the competition starting 1st of July. But you should start seeing this sort of paraphernalia in your gun shop very soon. So, thanks for joining us. We've had a great night. Please check out our video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you share it with all your friends. And we look forward to seeing you next time on NIOA TV Livestream. And we'll see you in July. See ya.